Hi there and welcome back to Let's Play Kingpin, Life of Crime, and here I am in this part of the level once again desperately trying to find a solution which will let us continue this part of the game without immediately dying to 1001 hit scan enemies who will kill us in a fairly short order. I'm sure you'll probably understand me when I say that hit scan is not the best way to program your games, my friends, because unfortunately it does mean that your enemies without some pretty reasonable AI will basically kill the shit out of you with very little recourse from the player, and especially when they fire approximately 1 million rounds in your immediate vicinity with, you know, very little chance of dodging out of the way, because as we say, they are hit scan and they will hit you as long as they can cast a ray in your position which hits you squarely in the mush. So we're going to cheat a little bit around the corners and just try and use that to our advantage, like so. And here we have a little, I don't know if I'd call it an Easter egg, but certainly you probably might recognise this sort of cafe from a well-known painting, and if you don't, well, that's fine as well. But we can go in here, but there's literally no point in doing so, because frankly it is just window dressing, unless this door opens mysteriously at some point during the level. I don't imagine it does. One thing you can do, however, is smash the windows. So rather than exiting through the door, we'll exit through that window, because that seems like a bit of a joke and a good laugh to me. And on we go, and we find this delightful young woman hanging around in some sort of parking lot / sewer.
So what's up? And what's all the commotion?
I think they got some weapons stashed around here somewhere.
Well, thank you very much for that, Lola. You have been a big help. And yes, there are indeed some weapons down here. And you can look and see, oh yes, that is a busted up door with bricks in front of it. But if we climb below and under the stairs, we find, yes, presumably some sort of Japanese stash of stuff. I don't know. Anyway, let's gobble it all up before Lola changes her mind and decides that yes, she, I don't know, somehow wants to undo that action which tells us that the stuff is here. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't even know where I was possibly going with that, but I'm going to jump around and run around. What the fuck, Lola? Jesus Christ. I didn't actually think you were going to go back on your word, but there you are. You just wanted us to retrieve the goodies for you so you didn't have to get bitten by rats by going down there. But no, all you achieved is getting a face full of the old hot lead, as everyone does in this game sooner or later. And yes, we've had some lovely spawning enemies around here, so we are going to run away as fast as we possibly can and run down and do a little bit of parkour, as it were. And in this part of the level you want to be doubly careful of what you're doing, because the enemy count starts ramping up considerably at this point, and these two gentlemen merrily put out the way, and this guy is finding us with a rocket launcher, and he has dismembered his friends in a fairly severe fashion. But sorry if that was all a little bit quick, but you really have to have your wits about you at this point in the game, otherwise you're going to have a bit of a sad time. And on top of the roof here we find some armor and some health, so we will pick that up and say thank you very much for that, Mr. Developer, whoever decided to put that there. You know, it was the developer, obviously, who is deciding to put these things here, but you know, because it was such a long time ago, there's a limit to how much you can thank them for it, really. And if we go down here, we find ourselves in the beginning parts of the level, but happily we now can visit the Pornomatic. So let's go right on in.
Hey, welcome to Pornomatic, huh?
And it's our old buddy Sharky, and he seems to have got a pork pie hat from somewhere, but we're not interested in his scabby pork pie hat, so let's just see what we can buy here. Yes, and we get our first official look at the heavy machine gun cooling mod.
Oh, HMG, there you go.
Yep, so we'll have one of those, but less of your aggravation, Sharky, because I'm really not interested in anything you've got to say to me at this point, because I've heard it all before. Yeah, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And as quick as we can, we'll just top up on the old armor, because God knows we will be needing a shitload of it.
Hey, heavy soul.
Thank you, and on we go, our merry way,
Hey, come back in,
to kill some more dudes. Okay, so after that brief ordeal with Sharky, who I never want to speak to ever again, you can see that the newsstand has also opened up, although there is nary a person in sight to be seen, so I don't know what that's all about necessarily, but never mind, we can carry on our merry way through the final parts of Kingpin, and it's been an exciting ride, but it's not quite over yet. So over here is a pretty non-threatening enemy using grenades, because frankly, yep, they can't possibly reach you from that distance, so that is something of a relief in this game. And there was a guy running around there, but frankly, you're best off just leaving him be. And we find ourselves in the Radio City Bus Mulber Station. I don't really know what Bus Mulber Station is, but just looking in here, it's pretty desolate. All you've got is a couple of benches and a old shitty covered truck. But in the back of the old covered shitty truck is some ammo, some health, some ammo. There we go. We got there eventually, folks. And we have some more ammo, and that is always welcome in this part of the game, because I know I keep saying it, but the difficulty has ramped up to some fairly unreasonable proportions at this stage in the game, but never mind, we're going to carry on regardless. I apologise if I rushed a bit through the preceding part of the level, but unfortunately it's quite stressful, and if you don't do it right, then you've got no chance to continue the rest of the game. So let's shoot these guys here, and we are being aided by an unknown fellow here, so he can be our new best chum, and let's just go and speak to him. Okay, so we've got another follower who is going to follow us, but he doesn't actually want to look us in the face. And this gentleman's name is Donny, so shut the fuck up, Donny, and let's go and kill some more dudes. There's some money in here, in the bin, $25. Every little helps. Ladies and gents, I'm sure you will agree with me on that point. So, on we continue. And the levels start getting a lot more larger and sort of bigger in scope, if you like, at this part of the game. It's really odd. I think it's, again, as I said in the last episode, I really think it's a case of the fact that these levels were made during the start of the development cycle, shall we say, and therefore the developers felt a bit more inclined to put a bit of effort in rather than... Jesus Christ, that guy had $240 on him. We're getting rich over in this piece. I just don't understand it. Like, she had $5, he had $240. What's the difference between these guys? This guy had $75. We're just making our fortunes here shooting guys in the face. It's absolutely brilliant, and I love every second of it. So it's time to look in another bin just in case there's anything in here, but no, there isn't, so we can just carry on. And with Donny with us bringing up the rear, I wonder how long he will survive in this level. Odds you can take now, ladies and gentlemen. And we have another keep out room, and as we know that in every room that says keep out in it, there are goodies stashed away, but also usually a guy ready just to shoot you in the face. But never mind, with our new handy dandy mod, we are able to take him out without too much of an error or a problem. Now, this door is a fake door. It's just a primitive in the geometry, and but just as you can probably see there, it's hinting that maybe you could blow it up with something, but I'm probably going to ask Donny if you can just pop your little self over there for a second, if you can possibly manage to... Go on, get over there. Right, now if you will stay there for
wait
me,
here.
so I don't inadvertently blow you up. Let's see if we can remove ourselves of this door. Yes, and that's all it takes, just a single bazooka round and you blow the door right off the hinges, and you can come with us now, Donny.
Blow.
So, what do we get in here? Yes, some lovely armour and some lovely health, and you are going to be needing every shred that you can possibly muster during the next couple of levels. And this is not just me exaggerating or being bad at the game, or, you know, whatever accusations you want to level my way. Frankly, it's just getting to the point where it is bastard hard. So we'll just pick up what we can, because we can always leave the rest of the bits and pieces for later when we do or do not need it, depending on how my luck is in at this point in the game. And yeah, come on Donny, let's go and shoot some more dudes, because that is our new primary occupation in this world, because God knows overpopulation is a serious business and a serious topic for today's people, as is people running around shooting me in the face. What's your game, love? I just, you know, like, these people have got some pretty exacting eyesight. You know, I couldn't identify her friend from foe, although she seems to be arbitrarily tough for some reason. I think this is the point in the game where they start increasing the enemy health for basically shits and giggles, and stuff like that, really. So let's carry on, shall we, Don, and see what we can see in this next part of the level. So, we have a ringing phone, and it seems to me like the thing that you do with a ringing phone is answer it, isn't it? So let's give that a try, shall we? Yeah, so me and Donny suffer an explosive death at the hand of a booby trap phone, which you have got no opportunity to basically realise or, you know, understand that that is a trap because there's no precedent for it. So it's just basically a big fuck you from the developers. But my big fuck you back to the developers is that actually I knew about it and I say beforehand. So fuck you phone, you can stick it right up your phony ass along with the developers. If indeed that can be a thing. So what we need now is a card or a ticket. Yes, because this is the entry to the Sky Tram, which is where we've got to go to Radio City, or deeper into Radio City if you prefer. So let's go and see if we find that. That phone will continue to ring in an annoying fashion just because we had the audacity not to answer it. And this seems to be some kind of lift or something. I don't know. Let's see if we can go in here and not get crushed, shall we, Donny? Oh no, I think this is oh no, we can do. Well, this is a nice change of pace, isn't it? Where are we going? I just don't know. I don't think I ever found this part of the level before. It probably just loops around to the same sort of area though, so let's just take it rather easy here, because there are going to be thousands upon hundreds of dudes waiting just to snipe us from across the map. And is there anything worth jumping on at this point? Doesn't look hugely like it. Donny just pissing blood away for his energies and his injuries there, but you know, he's big boy now, he can look after himself. So on we continue. Yes, I think this is just an alternate route through the level, and we have some nice looking locales to enjoy as well. I think that possibly within the game, like they had grander ideas for the sort of large sprawling masses of levels and what have you, making it a really sort of hub-based game, and instead of the sort of the semi-nod that they basically give it to you in this game. And yeah, they had these environments made, but then they sort of just stuck them in at the last level. That's possibly what I think will happen. So we've got another bar / pub that we can go into, and as we know, that is always the way forward in the Kingpin game.
Hey, what's all the commotion?
Welcome to the Typhoon, ladies and genitals. Come on in.
Hilarious.
Hey, what's happening?
$10 cover charge to get you right in.
Well, the price seems to be going down.
There's your dough.
All right, have a good time. Go on in.
Okay, so we can carry on and continue on our merry way. Now you're going to have to put that gun away, Donny, because violators will be shot, and every single pub in this place seems to have employed the same sign writer. He must be doing a hell of a trade. And now we are another seedy bar, so let's do the first thing we always do and chat the women.
This your first time in RC?
Yes, it is.
Serious shit's going down.
Yeah, apparently.
Must be the hardcore motherfucker.
That's me. What about you, Jen?
Hey, what's happening?
Man, fucking cop and kiss my ass.
Indeed, although I've not seen a member of police personnel in this game as of yet, so I don't know why you feel so antagonistic across the police, because they're literally non-existent.
What's up?
Yo, man, them bums smoke, man.
You've already got a cigarette. You've already got a cigar on the go, you bloody cheeky bastard.
Hey, what
Jesus.
can I do you for?
Hi, Adolf.
Hey, what's all the commotion?
Hey, man, you hanging around here much?
Come on, Donny, let's go. Ah, you look like a more entertaining gentleman. Let's talk to this man.
Hey, what's happening?
Want to take the Sky Tram to Central Tower? It'll cost you $50.
Well, I've got over $1,000 at this point, so why not?
So what's up?
I'll sell you a Sky Tram ticket for $50.
That'll do me.
Here's your $50.
There you go, my man.
Thank you very much. So, we have a new ticket in our possession, so we can indeed take the Sky around through the next part of the level, and won't that be a lovely treat for everyone involved, especially me and my new mate Donny.
Hey, what's all the commotion? Hey, what's happening?
Yo, man, you got a match?
No?
So what's up?
Hey, sport, looking for some action?
Yeah, I am.
So what the fuck's going on, man?
Yo, man, what the fuck?
You saying you're looking for action?
So you're gonna fucking stand there?
Hey, what can I do? He's my wife's brother.
Yeah, I'm confused. Everything seems to have gone wrong. Let's make our excuses and leave. See you later, mate. Bye. So yes, we can now go down here and escape from the loony bin that is that bar up there. Let's talk to this gentleman down here.
Sorry, I can't run with you.
Why not? Like,
Sorry, I can't run with you.
Oh, you fucking useless, bloody hell. Like, you know, I'm allowed 2 people in my party. We've established this as a game rule in the game at this point. And, like, but what, you won't bloody play ball. Why not, you bloody prick? Jesus, I just despair, honestly. So, after a bit of faffing around, wandering around aimlessly, we find ourselves back here. So we can go and get the Skytram and go and get the Skytram. And thank goodness for that, because we do want to make a little bit of progress. But where's Donny gone? He's just fucking been left behind. Oh, gonna have to go and get him. Hang on a minute. So, after we retrieved Donny for no good reason other than the fact that I like to use him as a meat shield, we are going to continue, and the phone is still ringing because God knows the developers are desperate for you, bloody desperate to get you in there and blow you up, because they have got nothing better to do than just wind me up well, good, true and proper. So I'm watching a TV which seems to be flashing from behind there. Must be one of those news sets or something, but it is sadly indestructible, so we will have no fun there, sadly. And yes, it is the new parts of the Skytrain, and of course in an amazing new part of design. Yes, we have to jump up here and guess, basically, and but don't get hit by the Skytram, because that would be fairly unpleasant, because yes, in another stunning part of the game design, yeah, you had to jump on the railing gun up here in order to proceed through the level, although Donny seems to be having a little bit of trouble. No, he's managed to go, so well done to you, Donny. You're less useless than some of them. And so we are proceeding down towards the eventual end of this game, and it's been a long one. This is probably the longest game I've LP'd at this point, but we are nearing the end, and that may be a relief or not to you. Depends on your personal preference, really, I guess. But yes, we have some homeless people in the sewers, of which we have to shoot roughly with machine gun, despite the fact that they are only armed with, what would you call them, blunt weapons. But yes, we will fire upon them with our automatic weapons, and that seems like a fairly unfair fight. And these guys have also got a fairly enormous amount of health for some reason. They must be super bombs who are living down in the sewers in their life of vagrancy. But we are coming up to a fairly awkward part of the game, basically where they decided that, you know, to up the challenge a bit, because God knows we needed to do that in this game. They were just going to chuck a load of rocket launcher guys at you here, so we're going to respond with fire, and my father was a fireman, and he always taught me to fight fire with fire, and we are going to shoot a load of guys with a load of rockets, because that is the best way to deal with these fuckers, frankly, and we are given them with the best of them. But sadly, Donny has succumbed to the odd explosion there. Nothing we can do about that now. Unfortunately, he is dead, gone, and we just have to deal with it at this point. But the rocket launcher takes good and quick care of them, and sadly Donny is reduced to the odd part of disappearing gush and a bit of fluff on the wall. And never mind, can't do anything about it now, you know, it's in the past now, it's happened, and beyond reloading again, I will not be able to save him. And I don't really care enough to anyway, so let's continue on throughout the level, shall we? So we find ourselves in another inner city landscape. As you can probably imagine, at this part in the game you're not going to see too many rolling hills and bright sunshine. Sadly, you are stuck with what we've got, and at this point in the game, enemies are now, yes, have the ability to see through walls, which is not particularly great, but we're just stuck with it. My mod just ran out there, which is a bit not really what I wanted, but that is what we're stuck with at this point in the game, you know, and we just got to reduce these guys to rubble using the tools that we have. And there's a bastard up there, which I'm indicating with the eyes, up there somewhere. He's shooting us through the wall because apparently he is one of the few enemies in this game who has that capacity. Why the developers have fucked that up quite so badly, I don't know, but yeah, you can basically hear him firing at us continuously, much faster than we can fire in the game, and yes, I think we were actually getting shot through the wall there, so I don't know whether this part of the level was made in haste. I suspect it probably was, because we are coming towards the end game content, but it's just bullshit really. I mean, it's just absolutely not on, frankly. But there we go, we're just going to have to get the old rocket launcher out a bit more and see if we can take him out fairly quickly. There we go, so reduced him to rubble. These guys run out as well, but we have got the rocket launcher equipped, so we may as well sort that out as well. Like so. Oh no. There we go. So yeah, so one of the great tactics in this part of the game is not to run too far forward into the levels, because as you can see, had I been faffing around shooting this guy from this angle, those guys would have run out the door and bum rushed me with no small effect to my health and my well-being. But before we go on, we're going to have to just top up our health with a little bit of secrets secreted in this warehouse type area, and God knows we haven't seen enough warehouses in this game as of yet. Nothing in that box as per usual, but we do have another odd store of goodies, and it seems to me odd that they never bothered locking these places, because I really think there's like not somewhere where you'd want the general public just wandering into, like what we have just done. But never mind, it is just the way of the world in Kingpin, the most ridiculous game in the world, basically. So I'll just stock up on the goodies, my bits and my pieces here, as we see. And I seem to... oh no, here we go. Yeah, so now we are well and truly well stocked and happy lads, basically. So I will save that for later. So you basically get 2 full sets of armour in that room, which is pretty reasonable, albeit that you may die before you get to use it at this point in the game, but never mind. Yeah, we'll continue on, and it seems obvious to me, although maybe not everyone else, that we are going to Central Towers. Why are we going to Central Towers? I've got not even the faintest beginnings of an idea, but there we go. We'll just wander in here and shoot everyone, and that is a rather odd mural. That is a mural? A mural up on the wall. I really can't say that I understand, but there we go. So on we continue on, and there is a nasty flamethrower guy in here, so we're going to have to try and take him out with a rocket before he can do us too much damage, because he is a bastard, and he will reduce our health to basically nothing, because flamethrower guys are completely unfair in this game. And God knows how many rockets to the arse he managed to take, but it was completely unreasonable, as it was he. So we're just going to do a bit of backtracking now, because fuck this game. And I'm not allowed to backtrack. Well, you know, the one part in the game where you're not allowed to backtrack, it's just completely unreasonable. I mean, like you saw, it literally took off more than half of my available armor and health getting hit by that flamethrower guy. And I'm going to be serious for a moment now. That's fucking stupid. I mean, that's just a shitty game design, basically. They just programmed those guys to be far too powerful. And although we get a little bit of recompense here by having a bit of armour and a bit of health, oh, okay, it's basically brought us up the top. But, you know, still, you know, just chucking a load of armour and health at us just because you have shittily programmed weapons in your game, there's no excuse, really. The flamethrowers really ruined this game, and I'm going to be completely honest with you there. I think it's bad news, Eric. So, on we continue nevertheless, and here's a man in a suit, and he's shooting us for reasons I don't understand, but there we go, it's just one of those things. And do some, mate. So, this guy was presumably the storeman, so another innocent succumbs to Jeff's hot lead, but then mind, it's just the way of the world at this point. We are basically the greatest predator that humanity has ever faced, it would seem, at this point in the game. So we'll just steal all the armour there. See how we get on throughout the rest of Central Towers. Some more armour or health or something here. What have we got? Some more grenades. Well, given that the grenades are basically functionally useless in this game, I won't be picking those up, mainly because I've got a full stock of them already, because I'm likely not ever to use them. But there we go. Maybe if I get really desperate, I'll start using them, but I wouldn't hold my breath, frankly. So let's just... we seem to be in some sort of... This seems to be like more of a hotel than it does a tower, really. I mean, you know, I'm getting sort of... Overlook Hotel vibes or something over through here. It's just rather curious. Oh look, there's just a guy ready to shoot us the fuck with a rocket launcher, and oh, I'm just getting bum rushed by a guy around the back as well. Thankfully he's equipped with a grenade launcher, so there's no real risk of him getting close enough to actually hurt us, because the range is rather limited, although his mate with a rocket launcher does come to pick up the slack. But seems that they've both gone down in a fairly quick fashion, so we are happy with that. And more weapons that we will never use. Good, oh, jolly, marvellous. So, what have we got through here? Oh, this is a rather nice plaza, or I don't know what you'd call it, really, a central place with some stuff, and I've just upset one by shooting some glass. So, this is, oh, it's Nikki! So Nikki has finally decided to face us like a man, and yes, we have our final pitched battle with this chappie. Go on, Nikki, where you go? Poor old Nikki, he's just confused at this point. He's just wondering what he's done with his life. What have I done to lead me to this point where I'm shooting a man in a hallway, he thinks. Well, Jeff has probably been going through the same through. He's been probably going through Jeff's mind for the majority of this game, but never mind. It's just a pitched battle. Last man standing wins, and that is Jeff. So fuck you, Nikki. There's no reason now to continue this game because we have killed Nikki Blanco, the main objective in the game. So, fuck you, Nikki. We win! So, let's go on for our reward, shall we? After we just search this area for health and goodies. We can't find any, so whatever. Let's just get in the lift. Going up. And so we find ourselves in the Radio City Bus Mulber station. I don't know what bus and we find ourselves in the fucking shit bollocks. You, Nikki, there's no reason now to continue this game because we have killed Nikki Blanco, the main objective in the game. So, fuck you, Nikki. We win.